Hey everyone, welcome back to my latest trapping video. Today we'll be doing some more 1000 IQ trapping, and we'll be actually getting hit by a past Emperor account. I believe he's around here somewhere. I think I clicked on him before we started, but anyways, I am walking my leader through the middle of the... Oh, there he is. That's the guy right there. That's the past Emperor. You can see he has his Emperor sword there. I will be walking my leader through the middle of the base here, just kind of basically baiting them, doing my 1000 IQ trap. This was literally minutes after I just finished my rebuild. Actually, I was still technically doing the rebuild because I don't have my full infirmaries rebuilt yet. It wasn't really a rebuild. It was more just like me adding more troops to basically try and trap tier 5 and see how it would go. And this was just me doing a little test to see how the comp was doing. I saw that they were doing the Wonder Wars. I saw that there was some really good accounts there, so I was like, oh, maybe I'll get one of them to hit me. This was actually quite late at night too, so I was quite tired doing this, and I wasn't quite ready to do any trapping. I can tell you that much. I probably should have waited till I was a little more coherent. But yeah, I decided to actually go in, try it out, see how it went, and we'll actually get to see how it went here as well. So I am currently getting attacked by the guy. That's the Emperor actually who's sending an attack right now. He is sending 300,000 tier 2. The other guy is also speeding up towards my base as well. They're trying to get my leader. My leader is currently returning. So the guy saw the other guy was sending Cav. So I was like, oh, I'll switch to Cav Phalanx. Don't see any range coming in here at all. This is kind of where I make my mistake. I wasn't thinking, like I said, I was a little tired. This is something you probably don't want to do when you're trapping, is be tired, because you need to be on your game, especially in times like this if you're switching phalanxes, because I totally forgot I was in Cav Phalanx here. I didn't realize one of the guys had actually stopped sending his attack. There's this other guy who ports next to me as well. This guy's from BCZ, but I believe they know I'm a trap, so they were not going to be attacking me. But I realized, oh, the guy hasn't stopped his attack, and like I should switch back to infantry right here. I see that he's switching to range. I switched my war gear. I was like, oh shoot, I'm in Cav. Oh no, it was too late. I took the hit in Cav against the Emperor, and I was like, no. And then I looked at it, I was like, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, honestly. I think it's because of my bigger comp that my range and my Cav are actually enough to actually take out his or take out most of his attack without having too much damage done to me, because 800,000 is not too bad to your front line if you're in Cav Phalanx and an Emperor hits you like that, because usually you can be looking at 1.5 million deads on that one, but since my comp is much bigger, that's actually a really good sign, because usually, yeah, like I said, you would lose a lot more than that. So I didn't lose too much. Next guy actually hit me before I healed. I was not expecting it. Sorry, like I said, I was going really slow here. You can see I'm not as fast as I normally am, but yeah, he or the other let's call 11k hero guy went in with only a 250,000, so that only did 50 something thousand damage. Wasn't too bad. I'd already switched back to infantry, so anyway, it would have been that bad. That's speeding up towards me. I think they're just trying to fake me out and trying to get a scout on me, but yeah, the F2Y Jing guy went in as well. Only 250. That obviously didn't walk back. I was back in infantry. I'm in my war gear. All that's all good. But yeah, so, but yeah, the Emperor did actually take out quite a bit of my troops, but he decided he wasn't actually going to go in for a second attack after that. I guess he had cold feet, and I was actually really surprised he didn't have tier 5. I was expecting a tier 5 hit from him or something like that, but even having full Mythic champ and all that stuff, and having an Emperor sword and all that, he doesn't have tier 5. I'm like, huh? Or maybe tier 5 or too special or something like that. I don't know why he didn't go in for tier 5, but he didn't, so I was like, dang it. I was like, I'm really hoping for a tier 5 test. Well, especially since I was in the right phalanx this time. Don't take a range hit in Cav, doesn't work out. And we'll actually go through the video itself as well, just to show you why, and kind of do a little bit of an education on why it's not a good idea to actually take a hit take a range hit in Cav, because it's actually way worse than anything else, and there's a reason actually behind it, and I'll go through that and show you what the reason is, because it is a kind of like game mechanic you should know about, and why Cav Phalanx is not a great thing to actually stay in. Even if you're taking an infantry hit, sometimes it's not the best. I actually tested that out as well on another person before this, and I found that it was actually harder to cap people in Cav than it was in infantry, even though I take less damage. Mostly just because where your infantry sit in the Cav Phalanx, they're way in the back line, and I'll show you that in the actual battle report too. They're actually just going to rally me here. He kind of gave up after that first hit. He was not looking to go in for a second hit, especially he probably saw the battle report, saw that I was in Cav, and he sent range. He was like, ooh, and I only did that much damage. I probably don't want to go in for a second hit because, like I said, I won't be sitting Cav Phalanx again. And he probably could tell that from the battle report that I also have an infantry front line. Obviously, he has the battle report because he walked back. But yeah, he had, what do you get, like 200 what's called of his siege back out of the 1,000. So I was only unable to take out one of the what's called things, and we'll kind of go over that right now. So take a look at the report here. Where is the report? Here, nope, that's not it. That's his first attack. He did 0 damage to me on his 200,000 attack. Didn't break through my wall. I still had 41,000 on my wall left. Yeah, because didn't send any heroes or anything like that. So he sent up a follow-up attack. This was an actual tier 4 hit. That's his war gear, if you guys are wondering. Full mythic champ with the Emperor's Sword. He got 225 troops walking back. But like I said, if I was an infantry phalanx, it wouldn't have happened. And this was basically all, yeah, he has the tier 5 max familiars. Yeah, all his familiars are max and all that. So he's got 5 familiars, double tier 5 familiars. You can see that from him taking out 300 and something thousand in my back line. That was from the tier 5s. 876 was from his actual attack to my front line. And like I said, it is the worst front line, or worst phalanx to be in. And also you can see he's got double 11k heroes, army attack hero, all that stuff. And you can see he only had 225 walk back. That means one of his squads actually survived, and that means I didn't hit it. So yeah, that's what happened to me. I had 594,000 infirmary space. Usually I have about 640, so I was a little bit down there. And this is going to be the actual report. So as you can see, I started off 16.6 million troops here. And he's going to use his familiars pretty soon, but you can see where my infantry are. They're way in the back line there. And you'll see I'll almost lose 600,000 troops before they even get to the battle. So they're still running. The battle's been going on. I've already lost 300,000 troops. The battle's still going on. They're still running up there. Nothing. They're still waiting. All his boosts are going up. I'm starting to take out some of his troops. He's boosting up his. And now that's when the infantry get to the battle. So I have almost like 16 million troops left by the time the infantry got there. So it took them, I'm not sure how long it takes, but it's like 15 seconds or something. And the battle is only 40 seconds long. So or at least a third of the battle, my infantry are not actually attacking anything. So it's just my cav up there and my range hitting. So cav are doing very little damage to his range, obviously. So it's basically just my range doing all the damage. And half the battle, my infantry are doing nothing here. And as you can see, my siege are actually attacking his range, because usually what they do is attack range and then siege. So they're kind of useless against a range attack. So by the time this gets here, my siege will get one hit off, and then boom, and then the battle's over. Ended up with 225 left, and that's basically it. If I was able to take out the rest of his troops, or those siege, I would have actually capped him, and he wouldn't have walked back, and I would have had his hero and probably actually migrated, because that would be a nice hero to have. Even though it's late at night, maybe I could get a ransom. Because I was going to sleep right after this anyways, but yeah, you can see walk back 225 destroyers. I'm still surprised I didn't have tier 5, because this is literally like a week ago. Like, they should have tier 5. I don't know why he didn't. But yeah, so that was kind of the battle report there. I'll kind of show you what I have left. Oh, actually, I want to show you the actual phalanxes first. Anyways, yeah, I know you guys love it when I say it that way. So anyway, so that's the cav. You can see the infantry are way in the back there, so it takes them forever to run to the range, and that's why it's not so bad against other things other than range, because if you're in Cav Phalanx and let's say it's range or infantry, the troops actually run towards you and you run towards them, so it doesn't take so long. But in range, they sit back here, and it makes you actually have to run your infantry all the way over to the range. But that's the difference between infantry phalanx. If I was an infantry phalanx, the infantry would be there like 10-15 seconds faster than it, let's say, if cav. And that's also why range can be sometimes the hardest to cap, is because it takes your troops actually have to run to the range, where if it was cav or infantry, they'd run towards you and you get to them, so you actually start doing damage much quicker. But yeah, so that's kind of the difference between the two phalanxes, and why Cav Phalanx is horrible against range. It's because your infantry take forever to get there. And anyways, I'll kind of go over what my troop comp and everything was. This is my current troop comp after that kind of battle. I got 3.7 million glads, almost 3.6 million reptilian riders, and then about 8.6 million tier 1 archers, and then ballistas and catapults and stuff like that. And the tier 3 is just remnants of me actually having an offensive thing. They just haven't died yet. So that's basically my comp right now. I will test it against some tier 5, but yeah, apparently the Emperor didn't have tier 5. So it's really confusing. I don't know why. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this basically kind of educational video of the Emperor hitting me. We'll have a more 1000 IQ trap video coming out tomorrow as well, but that will be in another kind of Titan Kingdom sort of thing. But that will just be some more 1000 IQ traps. This is before tier 5 and all that. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is my current comp and everything, and I'll see you guys in the next one.